Every morning, your brain gives you a window that goes deep into your subconscious mind and allows you to rewire yourself from the inside out. And that's why I want to give you these 5 phrases to tell yourself every single morning to brainwash yourself into becoming the person that you want to become. And the goal here is to uninstall the old software that is running in your brain and to install new software. Some of you get a new iPhone every single year, but you don't change the old outdated program that is running in your brain, and that is running your entire life. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed or lost or like you're living on autopilot with no real destination and you don't like where you're heading, then this episode is going to be the thing that you need to change the course, because the way that you start your morning is the way that you shape your entire life. So let me tell you real quick before I give you the 5 phrases why the morning is important. The morning is the best time to access your subconscious mind because right after you wake up in the morning, your brain is in the most suggestible state that it can be in. It is in something that's called Theta state. And Theta state is the same relaxed, receptive frequencies that they use in hypnosis or deep meditation. And in this state, the critical, analytical part of your brain hasn't fully kicked in yet. And so by using these suggestions and these phrases and these affirmations, you're basically bypassing the resistance, like the BS meter in your brain, and it just dives straight into your subconscious. Think of it as this, if like your subconscious door is just slightly open, and what you feed it early in the morning seats deeper and sticks longer. And so that's why I want to give you these 5 empowering beliefs. I want you to visualize your goals and to have a morning priming that you do first thing in the morning so you can start to actually rewire your patterns, because you're literally reprogramming your brain before the world programs you. Okay? So the first one is this. The first phrase that I want you to repeat to yourself in the morning is this: from this moment forward, I am not who I used to be. I choose to be blank. And then you fill in that blank. From this moment forward, I am not who I used to be. I choose to be blank. This one goes first for a reason, because your brain is obsessed with identity consistency. If you don't consciously choose who you are today and who you're going to be, your mind will default to who you've always been. The problem with that is that your past self is not qualified to run your future life. Most people wake up every single morning as yesterday's version of themselves. The same thoughts, the same reactions, the same excuses, the same emotional patterns. In fact, the University of Minnesota found out that 95% of your thoughts today are exactly as they were yesterday. So your yesterday is going to look like tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to look like yesterday for infinity unless you start thinking different. And so this sentence interrupts the identity inertia, this identity that you want to keep alive forever. And that's why it's really important to say, from this moment forward, I'm not who I used to be. You're telling your brain, stop referencing old data. And when you add, I choose to be calm, or I choose to be disciplined, or I choose to be grounded, or I choose to be confident, or I choose to be patient, or I choose to be loving, whichever one you're actually wanting to be, you're giving your subconscious new orders of who you're going to be from this moment forward. And we will be right back. Hey, I want to interrupt today's episode to tell you about my sponsor. It is me, myself. If you didn't know, I obviously have some coaching programs outside of the podcast to help you learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. Step-by-step programs and processes to help you become better in your life and create the life that you want. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to coachwithrob.com. Once again, coachwithrob.com. Check it out. And let's get back to the episode. You're using that phrase because otherwise your BS meter is going to go off. I'm not calm. I blew up on my children yesterday. I'm not disciplined. I never follow through. I'm not grounded. I'm about as free flying as a kite. You see what I'm saying? From this moment forward, I'm not who I used to be. And the important part here is that you have to understand your brain organizes and chooses the behaviors that you take based off of the identity that you have of yourself. So you don't try to act like you believe that you are. You automatically act in alignment with who you think you are. And so this statement, it's not pretending. It's not, gaslighting yourself. It's declaring this is who we're going to be. It is saying this is who I am from now on. I am not that old version of me. Today, I'm choosing who I am, and I'm choosing to be somebody different. That old version of me is gone, and this new version of me is who I'm deciding to be. Okay, so that's the first phrase. The second phrase is right now, I am safe. Right now, I am safe. This one has been really big for me growing up. I realized a lot of what drove me for most of my life was the feeling of not being safe. Not because my external circumstances as an adult were not safe, but because my childhood actually carried that through into my adulthood. It came from my childhood and then ran my life as an adult. And I didn't know it for a really long time. I didn't know why I was anxious. I didn't know why I was constantly on guard, why I was always just fight or flight. And this one is not emotional. It's more biological than anything else. Your nervous system doesn't care about logic. It cares about threat detection. It's trying to protect you. And so with this phrase, you're trying to tell your nervous system, hey, we're safe now. You don't need to constantly be protecting. You can chill out a little bit. There's nothing to worry about. Most people wake up in fight or flight, anxious, tight chest, mind racing, this urgency to protect before anything has even happened. And so the wild part of all of that, though, is that they're like trying to protect, but they're just sitting at their house, sitting on their couch. There's nothing happening. Nothing is actually wrong in that moment. Everything is okay, but you're constantly just on guard. It's because your nervous system hasn't been told, chill out. Your body doesn't know that it's safe because nobody told it. Think about that for a second. Your body is constantly on the defense because you haven't told it it's safe. And so it's constantly on guard, protect, protect, protect. So when you say, right now, I am safe, and you take a big, deep, cleansing breath, you're signaling to your nervous system, hey, stand down, chill out. It's okay. Because feeling safe and feeling regulated is the prerequisite for you to be able to focus, for you to feel more confident, for creativity to start coming into your life more. An unsafe brain looks for all of the problems. A safe brain looks for solutions. If you skip this step, everything else becomes harder. And so this sentence isn't like denial. It's making your body aware that it is safe right now and it doesn't have to be on guard all day. So that's number 2. Number 3 is this. Today, I will treat myself with kindness and I will speak to myself like someone I love. Okay? Let me say this clearly. The way that you talk to yourself changes the way that your brain functions. And so many people are just complete assholes to themselves. And they think, oh, well, if I speak like this to myself, then I'll be motivated and I'll push harder. But harsh self-talk activates the same neural pathways as being criticized by somebody else. And neurology and brain scans show that being criticized, whether it's by someone else or whether it's by yourself, lights up the same parts of your brain as physical pain. And so if your inner voice is aggressive or mean or cruel or dismissive, your nervous system experiences life as hostile and it's constantly on guard. So it means that you have more stress hormones. It means that you have less motivation. It means that you're more protective or shut down so that you can avoid and you can protect. And so kindness to yourself is not weakness. Kindness to yourself creates physiological safety. And so you have to start treating yourself like a child that you are in charge of taking care of. Like, would you treat a child that you're in charge of taking care of the same way that you talk to yourself? Would you talk to them the same way you talk to yourself? Probably not. I hope not. So when you say, I speak to myself like someone that I love, you're setting a boundary with your inner critic. You're saying, hey, shut up. You don't get to run the show today. And the whole paradox of it is, like I said, people think that they'll lose their edge or they won't be as, ambitious or motivated if they're nicer to themselves. But studies prove the exact opposite of that. People who are kind to themselves follow through more, not less. So if you actually want to be more productive and to follow through more, being kinder to yourself won't make you lose your edge. It'll make you trust yourself more so that you're more likely to actually follow through. Shame shuts people down. Support, whether it's outside support or especially internal support, moves people forward. So you have to be your biggest supporter, not your biggest critic. Okay? That's number 3. Number 4 is I will follow through on what I start. Done is better than perfect. I will follow through on what I start. Done is better than perfect. Confidence is not believing that you'll succeed. Confidence is knowing that you will show up for yourself, especially when life gets hard. Every time that you don't follow through, your brain logs it as evidence of, hey, I can't trust myself. And over time, your motivation dies, your edge dies because your nervous system stops investing energy in goals that it doesn't believe that you'll complete. And so perfectionism is the enemy here, because perfectionism says, hey, if it's not flawless, if it's not perfect, then it's unsafe to finish. And this statement, from the moment you wake up in the morning, rewires that for you. When you say done is better than perfect, I'm going to follow through, you're training your brain that completion is the goal, not perfection. Imagine if you could get rid of all of your fear and all of your perfection and just complete everything that you start. You would be so much further ahead in life in 365 days, wouldn't you? Follow through is one of the most important traits that you can build within yourself. That's why it's so important to brainwash yourself by saying this to yourself every single morning. This is how disciplined people are made, not through hardcore willpower or through force, but through consistent follow through every day, because that's who I am and that's what I believe that I do, right? If you want to have more confidence, if you want to have more self-trust, follow through. Do what you say you're going to do. That is the key to unbreakable confidence. So that's number 4. And number 5, what you want to say to yourself is, I can move slowly and still make progress. I can move slowly and still make progress. Because so many people are just so anxious to finish things and to force and to go. And like, this is for the people who always feel like they're behind. So many people put so much pressure and urgency to do anything in their lives. It's like so many people are just like white knuckling their way through their life. Urgency, I get it. And I've felt this many times in my life. Urgency feels productive, but that urgency is usually just fear. Like your nervous system, for some reason in your childhood, it might have popped up or somehow it popped up. Your nervous system equates slow with danger. Because at some point in your childhood, slowing down wasn't safe, or because you got yelled at because you were too slow, or because you didn't do it fast enough, or you didn't do it right the first time. And so growth does not require speed. If you look at trees outside, they grow so slow, but in growing slow, they grow really strong, right? So growth doesn't require speed. It requires direction, and it requires taking one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And when you say something like, I can move slowly and still make progress, you're separating your self-worth from the pace at which you're moving. And so you can take a breath. You can stop white knuckling your way through life. You can realize like, this isn't a race. And even if it was a race, remember the childhood race that we were always taught as children? The tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. Like, I have come to find that the older I get, the more slow and steady I am does win the race. Like, I've seen many people come up in the same industry and many people that were competition in my business and all that stuff, just like so much, like it's like an explosion, and then they just disappear, right? Fast and aggressive leads to burnout. Life is long. It's a marathon. Success is a marathon. You don't want to be the flash in the pan. So many people are the flash in the pan. They just boom and then burn themselves out. You want to be like that. When you go camping, you have that huge log that you put on at like 9 p.m. and you try to put it out, but it just keeps burning. It burns all night. And then you wake up the next morning and it's still burning. Like, that's what you want to be. You don't want to be the flash in the pan. You want to be the big log that burns all night long. That slow burn, that's the one that becomes successful. That's the one that runs the marathon and wins. Slow progress is sustainable, and it will reduce your chances of burning out. trying to fit all of your progress into one day, that's usually driven by anxiety. And if something's driven by anxiety, it will usually collapse. And so this sentence gives your system, your nervous system, your mind permission to stay regulated, to stay calm, but not stay in the same place, to stay regulated and calm while moving forward, one step at a time. And that's how people actually change. That's how success is actually made. That's why they always say Rome wasn't built in a day. So just remember, slow and steady wins the race. And so these 5 things are not just affirmations. What they are is they are instructions to your subconscious for who you're building yourself into starting every single morning. You're training your nervous system. You're training your mind. You're training your identity. You're training your self-trust. And when you say them every single morning, especially on the days that you don't feel like it, you're programming and instructing yourself into who you're going to be. Because those are the days where your old programming is the loudest, when it's the hardest, when you want to give up, when the days where you don't feel like it. So from this moment forward, you're not who you used to be. Program yourself into who you want to be every single morning. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Based off of what you have been watching recently, YouTube went through everything I've created and thinks that this video right here is the one that you would want the most. And if you want to make sure to never miss another video, hit that subscribe button right there, and I'll see you on the next one.